Hey friends, do you want to have a cutie little chat about keeping promises to yourself? Shit is fresh. Shit is fresh. That's tap water. Yeah. I just got home from such a long day where I was actually like the bravest and most productive woman in all the world. And I come on here a lot and I make like silly videos where I come and I say I'm so brave for going grocery shopping after work, or I'm so brave for cleaning, or I'm so brave for this. And of course, it's silly, it's goofy, it's fun. But for me, it's like a real way to remind myself that I keep the promises that I make to myself. And actually, I think this is kind of funny. Someone recently was like, why are you in therapy? Which I was like, that was a bold question to ask someone. But I sat on it, and I think like I'm really in pursuit of being the truest version of myself. And that involves like a lot of unlearning. And one of the things I really had to unlearn about myself is that I'm not disciplined. I grew up my entire life believing so deeply inside of myself that I was not disciplined, because the main goal I had from my first few memories was to become smaller. For a huge chunk of my life, my main goal. And I failed it. You know what I mean? Like, I would diet, I would lose a bunch of weight because it was all these like crazy like crash diets, you know what I mean? And then I would gain it all, and I would just fail at this one thing that everyone around me wanted to accomplish. And they wanted it so much for me that I really convinced myself that I wanted it. And every time I didn't do it, I was like, it's just because you're not disciplined. It's actually just because you don't keep promises to yourself. You don't care about yourself. And it bled into everything. It was like, oh, so you don't have good management skills. You can't keep a promise. You can't follow through. It invaded so much of my life. And I feel like this is the great unlearning as an adult. I've had so many conversations with people where I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm not disciplined. And they're like, what are you talking about? Like, they're like, Julia, like you fill your life with so many things that you not only organize, but you consistently do. Like, you show up and you do the things you say you're going to do. You keep those promises to yourself. And I really had to like reframe it, because I'm telling you, it's a narrative. It's a story I've told myself for over 20 years. That's very hard to unlearn. But for example, today, it's a Monday. I got no sleep last night. I stayed up till 5:30 in the morning cleaning my room, a promise that I made to myself yesterday. And I did. And it took me till 5:30 in the morning, but I did it. And then work was kind of hectic, but I still took my lunch break instead of just chilling, and I went grocery shopping. And then after work, I went to a dance class. I'm not trying to be like grind culture. That's not the vibe here. Y'all know that about me. Y'all know that about me. But I told myself this weekend that's what I wanted to do today. I knew it would set me up. I knew it would make me happy. I knew the dance class would be fun. It would make me feel relaxed. As you can tell, I'm leaning. I'm quite relaxed. I'm at my leisure. But it's just crazy to think that like 12-year-old Julia really thought we just weren't disciplined. 22-year-old Julia really just thought we didn't have the skills to keep the promises to ourselves. And there's one thing about 32-year-old Julia. If she makes a plan, she's going to do it. If she makes a promise to another person, she's going to fulfill it. If she makes a promise to herself, she's going to come through every time. And so I bring this up because, I don't know, I think there are a lot of other people who are like in larger bodies that follow me. And I don't know if this is a feeling you've shared in your life, but I want you to know, like, you didn't fail diet culture. Diet culture failed you. And people don't love to hear that from a fat bitch. People really don't love to hear that from a fat bitch. And that's fine. You don't have to listen. You don't have to agree. But the minute you let that go, the second part of your life begins. I'm going to make it a good one.